Welcome to the Massillon City Council meeting for Monday, November 21st, 2022. We have in attendance with us the following city officials.
Safety Service Director Barb Sylvester.
Present.
Chief Deputy Auditor Stephanie Myers.
Present.
Assistant Law Director Edmund Mack. Chief Counsel Tim Pirro.
Present.
Economic Development Director David Maley.
Present.
Police Chief Jason St. Noy.
Present.
Income Tax Budget Director Lori Cottadees-Warren.
Present.
Is there anyone from administration I missed? That's it, Madam President.
Thank you, and welcome to everyone that's with us this evening. Under number 5 on the agenda is where anyone can get up and speak to any topic that does appear on tonight's agenda. And then again, under number 17 is where the public can speak on any topic that does not appear on tonight's agenda. I'd like to remind everyone in the audience and council to please mute your phones or turn them off. Thank you. Roll call.
Kramer.
Present.
Gregg.
Here.
Harvard Smith. Here. Hearn Kane.
Here.
Lewis.
Present.
Lombardi.
Here.
Slutes.
Here.
Snee.
Here.
And Viola.
Here.
9 present.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. All present and accounted for. Councilman Hearn Kane.
Thank you, Madam President. Would you please rise and join me for the Lord's Prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Councilman Hearn Kane. Madam Clerk, are the minutes of the previous meeting transcribed and open for public viewing?
Yes, they are.
Are there any additions or corrections to be made?
No, there are not.
Then the minutes stand approved as written. Councilman Gregg.
Thank you, Madam President. I'd like to shout out to our Massillon Tiger varsity football team for another big win this past Friday night against Lake in difficult conditions. But the defense took over at the beginning and dominated the entire game, and we pulled out the win. So we moved on. We got one more step towards state championship. This Friday we play at Info-Cision Stadium against Akron Holben, and I'm sure the boys will be up for that game, and I encourage all from Massillon to come support the team. They're doing a great job of representing themselves, their school, and their communities. So please join us. Go Tigers. Beat Holben.
Thank you. We're at number 5 on the agenda, where anyone from the audience can come forward and speak on any topic that does appear on tonight's agenda. If you wish to do so, please state your name, address, and topic you wish to discuss, and please sign the form on the table when you're finished. Seeing none. Doing miscellaneous business, Councilman Lewis.
Yes, Madam President, I'd like to make a motion that, as permissible by the ORC, we go into executive session regarding potential for pending litigation. I'd like to invite all 9 members of council, the council president, and the law director or his representatives.
Roll call.
Need
A second. Lewis. Gregg. Roll call.
Gregg.
Yes.
Howard Smith.
Yes.
Hearn Kane.
Yes.
Lewis.
Yes.
Lombardi.
Yes.
Slutes.
Yes.
Snee.
Yes.
Viola.
Yes.
And Kramer.
Yes.
9 yes to enter into executive session.
Councilman Lewis.
Make a motion to return to regular session.
Second by Councilman Lombardi. Roll call.
Howard Smith.
Yes.
Hearn Kane.
Yes.
Lewis.
Yes.
Lombardi.
Yes.
Slutes.
Yes.
Snee.
Yes.
Viola.
Yes.
Kramer.
Yes.
And Gregg.
Yes.
9 yes to exit executive session.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. We are now back into our regular session. Introduction of ordinances and resolutions. Ordinance number 164, 2022.
An ordinance authorizing the Director of Parks and Rec on behalf of the Massillon Recreation Board in the city of Massillon, Ohio, to accept new and ongoing donations in memory of Bill Roberson to the Jake Roberson Splash Park project.
Councilwoman Harwood Smith.
Thank you, Madam President. So as it states, this is just to accept possibly obtaining more donations for the project, for the splash park. I'd like to make a motion to waive the rule requiring 3 readings and bring ordinance number 164-2022 up for a vote.
Second by Councilman Gregg. Roll call for suspension.
Kern Kane,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Sluse,
Yes.
Snead,
No.
Violen,
Yes.
Creamer,
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
and Harwood Smith.
Yes.
8 yes, 1 no.
And for passage.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Sluse,
Yes.
Snead,
Yes.
Violen,
Yes.
Creamer,
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
Harwood Smith,
Yes.
and Kern Kane.
Yes.
9 yes for passage.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 164, 2022 is passed. Ordinance number 165, 2022.
An ordinance repealing Section 2 of Ordinance Number 127, 1997, and enacting a new section of Ordinance 127, 1997, and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Lombardi.
Thank you, President Eisnick. This is the legislation that was brought forward by Chief Sinkenoi to replace or to eliminate the 1 chief position and add a sergeant's position. Does anybody have any questions on that tonight?
Councilman Gregg.
Just to clarify, it's 1 captain's position.
Yes, 1 captain's position is being deleted and 1 sergeant's position is being added. I'm sorry, thank you.
Anyone else? Councilman Lombardi.
I make a motion that we suspend the rules for 3 readings and bring ordinance 165, 2022 forward for a vote.
Second by Councilman Snead. Roll call for suspension.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Sluse,
Yes.
Snead,
Yes.
Violen,
Yes.
Creamer,
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
Harwood Smith,
Yes.
Kern Kane,
Yes.
and Lewis.
Yes.
9 yes for suspension.
And for passage.
Sluse,
Yes.
Snead,
Yes.
Violen,
Yes.
Creamer,
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
Harwood Smith,
Yes.
Kern Kane,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
and Lombardi.
Yes.
9 yes for passage.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 165, 2022 has passed. Ordinance number 166, 2022.
An ordinance amending Section 2B occupation list of class titles of ordinance number 127, 1997, 845, Community Development Planning Department to increase class grade pay schedule for Economic Development Director from 22S SUUN to class grade 26S SUUN.
Councilman Gregg.
Thank you, Madam President. First reading.
Thank you. Ordinance number 166, 2022 has received first reading. Ordinance number 167, 2022.
An ordinance amending Chapter 165 of the Codified Ordinances of the City of Massillon, Ohio by enacting Section 165.01 to require that employees of the city reside within Stark County or any adjacent county.
Councilman Gregg.
Thank you, Madam President. First reading.
Thank you. Ordinance number 167, 2022 has received first reading. Ordinance number 168, 2022.
An ordinance making certain appropriations from the unappropriated balance of the 3112 donation fund for the year ending December 31st, 2022, and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Lewis.
Yes, this ordinance would appropriate the $107,000 donation that we received for the ice rink that would be installed in the city this year. Are there any questions or discussion?
Sneed,
Yes.
Violen,
Yes.
Kramer,
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
Howard Smith,
Yes.
Kern Kane,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
and Sluse.
Yes.
9 yes for suspension.
And for passage.
Violen,
Yes.
Kramer,
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
Howard Smith,
Yes.
Kern Kane,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Sluse,
Yes.
and Sneed.
Yes.
9 yes for passage.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 168, 2022 has passed. Ordinance number 169, 2022.
An ordinance making certain appropriations from the unappropriated balance of the 1234 Parks and Recreation Fund for the year ending December 31st, 2022, and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Lewis.
Yes, this is taking from the balance within the Parks and Recreation Fund that's unappropriated and placing it into salary and associated expenses, as well as some for capital improvements through the end of the year. Are there any questions or discussion this evening? Seeing none, make a motion to suspend the rules requiring 3 readings, bring ordinance number 169-2022 for a vote.
Second by Councilman Gregg. Roll call for suspension.
Kramer,
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
Howard Smith,
Yes.
Kern Kane,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Sluse,
Yes.
Sneed,
Yes.
and Viola.
Yes.
9 yes for suspension.
And for passage.
Gregg,
Yes.
Howard Smith,
Yes.
Kern Kane,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Sluse,
Yes.
Sneed,
Yes.
Viola,
Yes.
and Kramer.
Yes.
9 yes for passage.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 169, 2022 is passed. Ordinance number 170, 2022.
An ordinance reducing the appropriations of the 3109 TIP Service Payment Fund, the 3110 Massillon Museum Fund, and 1340 Tax Increment Fund for the year ending December 31st, 2022, and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Lewis.
As we close in on the end of the year, we will see a reducing of appropriations in multiple accounts. This is in order to zero out the balances of these line items at the end of the year. And that is what we see in these 3 areas this evening. Are there any further questions or discussion this evening? Seeing none, I make the motion to suspend the rules requiring 3 readings, bring ordinance number 170-2022 forward for a vote.
Second by Councilman Lombardi. Roll call for suspension.
Howard Smith,
Yes.
Kern Kane,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Sluse,
Yes.
Sneed,
Yes.
Viola,
Yes.
Kramer,
Yes.
and Gregg.
Yes.
9 yes for suspension.
And for passage.
Kern Kane,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Sluse,
Yes.
Sneed,
Yes.
Viola,
Yes.
Kramer,
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
and Howard Smith.
Yes.
9 yes for passage.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 170, 2022 is passed. Ordinance number 171, 2022.
An ordinance authorizing the Director of Public Service and Safety of the City of Massillon, Ohio, to enter into an agreement for a 1-year renewal with Medical Mutual of Ohio for health insurance coverage for city employees effective January 1st, 2023 through December 31st, 2023, and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Lewis.
Yes, this is the renewal of our health insurance benefits that we are able to provide our employees. This has already gone through our health benefit committee that is comprised of city employees and members of management. Are there any questions or discussion this evening? I'm personally okay with moving forward, but if someone has reservations, please let me know. Seeing none, I make a motion to suspend the rules requiring 3 readings, bring ordinance number 171-2022 forward for a vote.
Second by Councilman Gregg. Roll call for suspension.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Sluse,
Yes.
Sneed,
Yes.
Viola,
Yes.
Kramer,
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
Howard Smith,
Yes.
and Kern Kane.
Yes.
9 yes for suspension.
And for passage.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Sluse,
Yes.
Sneed,
Yes.
Viola,
Yes.
Kramer,
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
Howard Smith,
Yes.
Kern Kane,
Yes.
and Lewis.
Yes.
9 yes for passage.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 171, 2022 has passed. Resolution number 16, 2022. As
West End Tavern, first floor, basement, and patio, located at 1407 Tremont Avenue Southwest, Massillon, Ohio, 44647, to Vendors Food and Spirits, Inc., doing business as West End Tavern, first floor, basement, and patio, located at 1407 Tremont Avenue Southwest, Massillon, Ohio, 44647. Permit classes are D1, D3, and D3A, and is located in Ward 5.
Councilman Howard Smith, did you get a copy of this? Thank you. Are there any bills, accounts, and claims?
Yes, we have a bill in the amount of $5,463.28 payable to Walter H. Drain Company for the replacement pages of our codified ordinances. And we have a bill in the amount of $1,250 for the publication of our August and September ordinances for a total of $6,713.28.
Councilman Lewis,
Make a motion to pay the bills.
second by Councilman Lombardi, roll call.
Sluse,
Yes.
Sneak,
Yes.
Violen,
Yes.
Creamer,
Yes.
Gray,
Yes.
Howard Smith,
Yes.
Kern Kane,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
and Lombardi.
Yes.
9 yes to pay the bills.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. The clerk will pay the bills and charge them to their proper accounts. Reports from city officials.
Yes, we have the treasurer's report of October 2022 and the mayor's report of October 2022.
Thank you. Reports of committees. Our next work session will be on next Monday, the 28th at 6:30. Resolutions and request of council members. Councilman Schultz.
I just want to let you know I will not be here next week.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay. Call the calendar. None. Third reading ordinances. None. Second reading ordinances and resolutions. Ordinance number 155, 2022.
An ordinance amending section 2B, occupation list of class titles of ordinance number 127, 1997, by separating the positions of civil service administrator and equal employment opportunity officer as merged by the enactment of ordinance 93, 2018, reclassifying and enacting an increase to the class grade pay schedule for the position of the civil service administrator under 150 Civil Service Commission, reestablishing and creating the 175 Human Resources Department, reestablishing and creating the position of Equal Employment Opportunity Officer, and establishing the class grade pay schedule for said position within 175 Human Resources Department, repealing ordinance number 93, 2018 in its entirety in the city of Massillon, Ohio, and declaring the same to be an emergency.
Councilman Gray.
Thank you, Madam, Thank you, Madam President. This is, we just had a couple discussions on this piece of legislation. It's a complicated piece of legislation. It has some, I believe, still moving parts. So therefore, I'm going to give it another week of discussion. So, second reading.
Thank you, Councilman Gray. Ordinance number 155, 2022 has received second reading. Ordinance number 160, 2022.
An ordinance amending ordinance number 143, 1976 to enact a new section, allocation of funds, income tax, by repealing section 13, allocation of funds, income tax, and enacting a new section 13, allocation of income tax, and repealing ordinance number 151, 2019, and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Lewis.
Second reading.
Thank you. Ordinance number 160, 2022 has received second reading. Ordinance number 161, 2022.
An ordinance to adopt appropriations for the operating and capital expenditures of the city of Massillon, Ohio for the fiscal year 2023 and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Lewis.
Second reading.
Thank you. Ordinance number 161, 2022 has received second reading. Ordinance number 162, 2022.
An ordinance amending the salary wage schedules of supervisory, class or unclassified employees, classified employees, and unclassified employees in the city of Massillon, Ohio Also amending the miscellaneous schedule for part-time employees in the city of Massillon, Ohio, and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Lewis.
Yes, this is the 3% increase to the employees that we've been committed to. I don't see any reason to hold this up any longer. Seeing no objections, I make a motion we suspend the rules requiring three reading, bring ordinance number 162-20224 for a vote.
Second by Councilman Lombardi. Roll call for suspension.
Snead,
Yes.
Viola,
Yes.
Kramer,
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
Howard Smith,
Yes.
Herm King,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
and Sluse.
Yes.
9 yes for suspension.
And for passage.
Viola,
Yes.
Kramer,
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
Howard Smith,
Yes.
Herm King,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Sluse,
Yes.
and Snead.
Yes.
9 yes for passage.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 162, excuse me, 2022 is passed. Resolution number 14, 2022.
A resolution reversing the decision of the Massillon Board of Zoning Appeals in the variance case number 2022-16.
Councilwoman Kramer.
Thank you, Madam President. This request entails 2 variances from the Massillon Zoning Board. The first variance is to allow for a structure that is too large for the available space. This structure is 26 feet by 40 feet, which is a detached garage in the rear yard, parcel number 619373. The second variance is regarding the height of this structure, which is 17 feet 6 inches, where the legal limit is 14 feet. The structure is located in Ward 1 at 843 Sheffield Avenue Northeast, Massillon, Ohio. Based on the Massillon Codified Ordinance number 1129.05, section B, there are 2 requirements that the applicant, the variance applicant, must satisfy, and they must prove these 2 requirements in order to seek the variance. In my opinion, the first requirement is due to exceptional conditions, which may include dimension, size, area, and other conditions, topography, or other conditions of such property. Strict application of the regulations would result in exceptional practical difficulties. In my opinion, and the second requirement is such relief may be granted without substantially impairing the intent and purpose of the zoning ordinance. In my opinion, reviewing this ordinance, these 2 requirements, the first requirement is not met, in my opinion. There are Duncan factors also that fall under practical difficulties that we have all been educated and reviewed on. Does anyone have any questions or any other comments regarding these Duncan factors and the practical difficulties?
Councilman Lewis.
Well, I'm in agreement with you, Councilwoman Kramer, as far as practical difficulties, and, as council advised us, I believe it was 2 weeks ago with the Duncan factors, I look at it, and there's 4 in particular that I'm looking at that I think would apply here. One of them being whether the property in question will yield a reasonable return, or whether there could be any beneficial use of the property without the variance. I would say yes, this was an existing home and structure that provided benefit to the owners for years, decades even, prior to the request for change. So in that Duncan factor, I think we would have every right to overturn if we so choose. Number 2, whether the variance is substantial. I would say that we would have to make 2 variances, both of them substantially increasing the size and going beyond what our regulations are. I would say that would qualify suffer substantial detriment as a result of this variance. I think it does change the character of the neighborhood. This neighborhood is one that is built with, what's the word, like nice, smaller homes. It is a nice, quiet neighborhood, and a large structure of this nature is larger than not only the home, the property owner's home, but larger than the other homes in the area. And it comes right up against the neighbor to the rear, who has voiced substantial detriment to their property if they were to ever try to be in a position where they would have to sell. And then they're going to factor whether the property owner purchased the property with knowledge of the zoning restrictions. Now, I cannot speak directly to what any one person may or may not know, but I would feel it would be safe to deduce that anybody that lives within the city, as long as this property owner has owned or lived on multiple properties, even gone as far as owning and multiple businesses and dealing with our zoning board and our engineering committee, that they're very well aware of what our ordinances are in the city and applying zoning. So when you look at those four Duncan factors, I think we do not see any reason for this variance to have ever been granted, and we would be in our right to overturn what the zoning board has done.
Anyone else? Councilwoman Creamer?
Seeing none, second reading.
Resolution number 14, 2022 has received second reading. Report number 17 on the agenda, where anyone from the audience can speak on any topic that did not appear on the agenda. If you wish to do so, please come forward, state your name, address, and topic you wish to discuss, and please limit your comments to 4 minutes or less. Seeing none, Councilman Hurricane.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second by Councilman Sneed. Roll call.
Kramer,
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
Harvey Smith,
Yes.
Hurricane,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Slutes,
Yes.
Sneed,
Yes.
Rubio.
Yes.
9 yes to adjourn.
Meeting adjourned.